Hello. It's a weird thing behind me. Hello. Hi, friends. Sorry for the delay. Internet connection problems. Welcome to 2021. Hi, peeps. Happy Woke Wednesday. Ugh, I'm so fucking tired. How is everybody doing? While we wait for people to come in the room, how's everybody? How are you all faring this week? Hi friends. Hi Becca. Hello. Ugh. So this is gonna be really hard because I'm trying to watch the impeachment while trying to talk to all of you to make sure that I don't miss anything. But essentially, let me just start off with this on this week's Woke Wednesday. I am so fucking tired of Republicans. Like, I just don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to do with this energy. I'm gonna start by saying this. I'm in a shit mood today. I went out and I bought myself a plant. Like, that's how I'm getting through right now, because instead of having a cocktail, because I don't want to go back to not drinking during the week, I bought another plant, right? Because, like, I just need some energy and life in my home, because this shit is burdening my soul. So let's start off with yesterday. I don't even want to get into today yet. How many of you, have you guys been watching, or are you saving your mental health and you're not watching and you just hope that I'll put myself out there so that all you'll be able to do is see the recap? But basically this. Yesterday, the House impeachment managers, Jamie Raskin, let's just take a fucking minute for Jamie Raskin. I've had the great and distinguished pleasure of having Representative Raskin on Woke AF multiple times. He is lovely, humble, extraordinary, sweet, kind, thoughtful, strategic, amazing member. I wish that he could be duplicated. I want you to think for a moment about the fact that the day after Raskin buried his son, laid his 20-something-year-old son to rest, he brought his daughter and his son-in-law to the Capitol to be a part of history, because their dad is the lead manager. But the day before, he buried his son. And to listen to him yesterday, the tears, the heartbreak, the sadness, the weight that he was carrying on him that day, and then to think, just imagine, you bury one fucking child, right? Which no parent should ever have to do. Then you bring your other child to be a part of history. She asks you, is it gonna be safe? And you as her father, right, whose job it has always been to keep her safe, says, of course, it's the Capitol. Of the Capitol building in the United States is the safest place. To then only but moments later be hiding in office doors because an insurrection has broken out, and now you're sitting there wondering if you and now your daughter and her and your son-in-law are going to be the next ones to have a funeral. Can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine? And while Jamie Raskin was giving this gut-wrenching recount of what happened on 1/6, this motherfucker Josh Hawley, these fucking despicable motherfucking Republicans, sitting there with their feet up on the fucking desk, reading motherfucking novels like that's what the fuck people sent you to Congress to do. Not only are they disrespecting their own fucking constituents, the American people as a whole, but the 5 fucking people that died, right? You want to talk about Blue Lives Matter, and you want to do nothing about the fact that a police officer was impaled with the fucking flag? You want to do nothing about that. The fact that we have hundreds of officers, right? The only reason why I'm talking about police right now is because I want to make the hypocrisy very fucking clear. Blue lives matter. Blue lives matter. You watch the video montage of them calling these police officers pigs. Get out of my fucking face, you pig. Right? This is what they did. You have people that are now fingerless, lost eyes, spinal damage, right? But Republicans, you want to put your fucking feet up on the desk? Our desk? The desk that we pay for? You want to put your fucking feet up on the desk because you got other shit to do? You got better shit to do than your fucking jobs? Let me tell you something about white privilege, okay? I have just about had it. Like, people keep texting me and, asking me like, Danielle, you seem like really angry with white people. And I am, right? And I am. And let me tell you fucking why. Because a white mob descends on the fucking Capitol building. And do you know what news report I saw today? Do you know what a news report, what a fucking headline was today? Talking about the economic hardship of the people who stormed the Capitol building, talking about the economic hardship, like I give a fuck. Does anybody ever talk about the economic hardship that plagues Black and brown communities? Does anybody ever talk about the fact that, our resumes are thrown out because of our names on them seem too ethnic? Does anybody ever talk about the fact that the unemployment rate for Black and brown people is always fucking double that of white people? But anytime white people do some fucked up shit, we want to talk about economic hardship? Go fuck yourself, okay? Honestly. I saw that headline and I said, what? So the FBI is telling us that they can't find these people, but white reporters found enough of them to go through their bank accounts to say, oh, well, Johnny's been struggling to pay for his house. Miss me with it. I don't care. So you're telling me now that being economically hard up is the reason that you can literally shit in the Capitol building? You're telling me that the fact that you can't pay your rent, right, or have student loan debt, but only if you're white, that gives you the permission to piss in the hallways of our democracy? That's what you're saying? That's what that media report was about. So, 44 is the number that you should all remember, right? 44. That's the number of Republicans that listened to the House managers yesterday and decided, or rather, most of them did not listen, watched what we watched. The House managers give brilliant testimony. The opening 13-minute video montage, they could have played that and then sat the fuck down and said, we rest our case, frankly, right? Because watching that video, I felt re-traumatized. I felt fucking triggered. Because I watch it and I know, and I'm thinking about, because all I keep thinking about, folks, let me tell you something, and I know I talked about this last week, but I will say it fucking again. The only thing that I keep thinking about when I look at the fucking smug, white, rage-filled faces of those terrorists, the only person I think about is Kalief Browder. That is the only person that I think about. You know why? Let me tell you the quick little story about Kalief Browder if you do not know because you are not from New York, or you don't know because it happened many years ago, right? Kalief Browder was a 16-year-old Black boy who was stopped by police officers under suspicion of stealing a backpack. They threw a 16-year-old boy in Rikers Island. They put him in solitary confinement where he stayed off and on for 3 years because his family couldn't afford the bail, right? Our cash bail system where we penalize the poor, right? Couldn't pay his bail. When he was finally released, there was no trial. There was no nothing because there was no, what do you call it? Fucking evidence. Do you know what happened to Kalief Browder after? A while later, he killed himself after being released because of the trauma that the criminal justice system had put him through. So right now, we have video footage of crimes happening. We have video footage on these people's own fucking social media platforms talking about wanting to kill the Speaker of the House. And do you know what the media is telling me about the white woman who decided to get on social media and talk about taking a gun and shooting and killing that bitch, Nancy, right? They want to talk to me about the fact that she owns a chain of stores, that she's somehow a business owner, like I give a fuck. I'm just so confused that white terrorists get backstories, but innocent black people don't. I'm just so confused about why white terrorists get to go home after storming the castle, but unarmed black people don't get to go back home ever. Just this past week was supposed to be Trayvon Martin's 26th birthday. Do you know how many murders of unarmed black people we have had since that case? It's astounding. And so every time that I watch this video of these fucking people, privileged fucking white people, where Donald Trump told them, you know, I love you. You're very special. Now go home in peace. That's what the fuck he said. They're using his own words right now against him, his own tweets. But Republicans don't give a fuck because this isn't an actual trial. Because in nowhere would you see that the jury is both the jury, the judge, the accomplice, and the victim. That just wouldn't be the fucking case. And the founding fathers could never have imagined that to be fucking true because they put in the parameters that we needed in order to hold a demagogue, a fascist, accountable for trying to overthrow our democracy. But they could never have imagined that it would have been supported by an entire political fucking party. But here we are. This is where we are right now. So while we're watching this case be brilliantly laid out, while the whole of America is getting a civics lesson, which, by the way, you don't actually get in school, because just side note, as the former educator that I am, let me say this. The reason why America is here right now is because we don't teach civics anymore. Do you know why? Because there was a push and a ploy to start only teaching STEM, right? To be globally competitive. But there was also a little underlying reason as to why we don't teach civics anymore. Because you see, when you start to teach about politics and the way that government works, then people start to ask questions. And when kids start to ask questions because things don't make sense, then they want to understand how they can change it. You see, what white supremacists, right, aka the entirety of the Republican Party, don't want is an educated citizenry. Because an educated citizenry is one that can't be controlled, right? It's one that actually recognizes their power and their purpose and flexes it. So long as you keep people undereducated, then you can control them. That's where we are. Ask if you have kids right now, if you have nieces, nephews, ask them in all grades, K through 12, ask them what they're learning in civics. Ask them how they are being taught about this moment. Ask them if they've ever even done a mock government, right? No, because I remember being in school and that was only for the kids that were interested in it. It was treated like it was a club, not the responsibility of you being a citizen of this fucking country. We ask more of people that are coming in and asking to become citizens of the United States. They know more about America than people that were fucking born here. You know how I know that? Because my family had to go through the citizenship test. And I remember my mother being like, do you know X, Y, and Z? Of course I did, because history and politics was my fucking jam. But the fact is that we challenge other people, immigrants to this country, to learn and respect more about it than we do the people that are fucking born here. And so when I listen to those videos, right, that they keep playing over and over again, and you hear these murderous fucking people chanting USA all they ever know how to do is fucking perform patriotism. They don't actually embody it. It is fucking theater. Wearing a flag or waving one at your favorite sporting event or going to a 4th of July fucking parade doesn't make you a fucking patriot. So I get completely and totally angry when I listen to Republicans want to talk about this current process being unconstitutional as if they've ever read the fucking Constitution. I mean, literally, the House impeachment managers were giving you a thorough civics engagement class, right? Going all the way back to 1876. But you know that they know nothing about civics. Do you know why? Because Donald Trump wanted to institute the 1776 Commission. Folks, all of this stuff is connected. You think that the 1776 Commission, that, by the way, Biden last week fucking deaded that, but it was basically to teach just overtly white supremacy. Our entire public education system is built to uphold white supremacy. You need not look anywhere except to know about who in music class they're telling you are the best musicians, who in history are the people that need to be revered, who the innovators are, who the scientists are. You need not look anywhere other than the public education system to wonder why the structures of white supremacy stay in place, because it is taught. So when Donald Trump puts together the 1776 Commission, it was to push back against the 1619 Project, which is actually telling the fucking truth about American history. But you see, where we are is that white America doesn't want to look in the mirror about the violence that they have perpetuated in this country. The only people that were shocked by what happened in 1/6 are people that have never been paying attention. There has always been a pattern of violence, of mob violence. You know, one of the most disturbing things, and I talked about this week on Woke AF, one of the most disturbing things I remember when I was like getting into history really in high school, 9 through 12. So I remember seeing the pictures, right, in the books of white people dressed up to the nines to attend the brutalization and the dehumanization of black bodies, to lynch and beat them, hang them from trees, to gut them like nothing more than animals. Right? And I would look at their faces, the same faces that were screaming as black children were being marched with the National Guard so that they could integrate schools. Right? These are the same people that bombed a church and bombed an entire neighborhood in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is the pattern of white violence. You know, somebody said to me recently, they want to talk about black history, as if black history is they were slaves, Martin Luther King had a dream, and then everybody got free, right? No, that is white history. White history is the history of violence and oppression in this country. That is the fucking truth. Right? That is the truth. But Donald Trump didn't want that truth to be taught, so he created the 1776 Commission and then tried to defund public schools that were receiving the 1619 Project free from the New York Times, free curriculum. That if it was taught, he was going to defund. So when I tell you that this shit is connected, when I tell you, right, that this is not siloed shit, that 1/6 isn't just about 1/6, it's about all of it, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. You know, we consistently talk about how the wheels of justice are always turning. We always talk about the wheels of justice and the arc toward justice and all of these things. And you know what I realize is that the only way that the wheels of justice actually turn is if it is lubricated, if there is truth, right, that is spinning through it. It gets stuck, folks, when we fall for the lies or when we are We're lazy. That's what happens. That's what happened. That's what delivered us Donald Trump. So when I sit here and I watch the fucking impeachment, I want to feel like at some point we're going to be vindicated, right? Like I want to feel like at some point, we're going to feel like, yes, right. You know, the righteous have won. But this isn't a Hollywood movie. We know where this trial is going. We knew before they took the vote on whether or not this was even constitutional to hold this hearing. By the way, that Mitch McConnell decided himself that he was going to hold up. So it was too late for us to try Donald Trump in the week that he was still in office, but then it was too soon, and then it's too late afterwards. It's like we're playing fucking Goldilocks with our Constitution right now. Really? I'm just trying to find something that's just right. We know where it's going, and where it's going is an acquittal. But let me tell you about some good news. Right? Which I rarely ever leave you with because frankly, I'm not filled with a lot of good faith today, right? 44 Republicans sat and listened to Bobo, right? Bobo is who Donald Trump was able to get to represent him yesterday. Did you guys listen to Castor and Schoen? Who knew that Trump University also had a law school? Because I can't imagine that any of these motherfuckers like alma maters want to have anything to do with them. Whatsoever. They were an embarrassment to fucking Lauren. I think that, you know, a mock like high school team could have done better than what the fuck they showed yesterday. And that is another thing, wait, hold on, that pisses me off before I go into the good news, is that, let me tell you something. Only straight fucking white men could show up with some like below, subpar bullshit like that, right? And people think that that shit is okay. Imagine if they were people of color. Imagine if they were women. Imagine if they were queer. White people get to be the fucking worst, and they still have jobs. Prestigious ones. I'm like outdone. Sit the fuck down. Do you know that there were probably good, solid people of color, because they're fucking old. There were good, solid people of color that you know were turned away from whatever fucking school they went to. And this is what the fuck they show out and do? Sick. It's sick. The mediocrity it's sickening. Anyway, the good news with the 5 minutes that I have left. Georgia is back on the map today. Why is Georgia back on the map today? Oh, let me tell you. Fulton County, new Democrat general in charge, attorney in charge, has decided to file investigative criminal charges against Donald Trump. Criminal charges. Not a bullshit Senate trial that we are not going to go anywhere, but actual fucking criminal charges. This is the second state. New York, my home state, is the first one. Criminal charges for Donald Trump's election interference. You know, the phone call that he made to Brad Raffensperger talking about find me 11,700 and something odd votes, right? Said that, oh, you know that you cannot certify the election. You remember that phone call that you heard? Yeah, they're investigating it. Because you know what? It's a fucking crime. And guess where Fulton County is? It's where the black people live, right? So, and it was heavily went for Biden. My assumption is, yeah, we gonna move forward with that fucking case. And what I would love is that I would love for every jurisdiction that Donald Trump and his sycophants tried to bring 61 frivolous fucking lawsuits against, I would like to see every single one of them follow suit and open up criminal charges against Donald Trump. The same way that Smart Tech right now is suing Fox News and Rudy Giuliani and Lou Dobbs and all of those other fucking idiots, right, for $2.7 billion. I want to see every place where Donald Trump decided to bring frivolous lawsuits decide to sue his ass. and make him criminally liable. The other question that I had, and I'll ask this, I asked this of my friends that are on the Think Thursday panel tomorrow on Woke AF, is this. Can we do a class action, right? These are questions that I have. Remember, I'm not a lawyer. I just watch Law and Order and I play one on TV. But can we build a class action lawsuit? I feel traumatized by Donald Trump. It's like that scene in Mean Girls. Who's been a victim of Regina George? That's what I want to do. Who has been a victim? Who's felt victimized by Donald Trump? Raise your hand, right? Like, yes, me. I've lost sleep, right? I'm pretty sure I'm not that healthy anymore, even though I do my best, because I'm always on fucking edge. These are the questions that I have. So I want to see fucking lawsuits and charges being dropped like fucking Drake and Cardi B albums. Like, I just want them dropping all over the place. I want Donald Trump. You know what headline I want to see? Donald Trump goes bankrupt defending criminal charges. That, to me, whatever day that happens, that would be Christmas Day. So I'm going to put that energy out into the universe, because I believe that the universe gives you what you ask for. So let's all collectively ask for that. I would like Donald Trump to go bankrupt defending himself against all of these fucking lawsuits. That's what I want. That's what he deserves. That and a fucking orange jumpsuit. Ugh, I can't even, folks. All I have to say to all of you is continue to take good care of yourself. Drink a lot of water, get a lot of rest, smoke a little weed, do whatever it is that helps you stay in balance. Buy a plant like I did today, because the world is traumatizing. I feel traumatized on a regular basis, right? So it's important. It's important for us to stay grounded, because the storm, friends, is only going to get worse. And the only way that you don't get moved with every fucking wind blow is if you're rooted. So stay rooted, because Lord knows this shit is not done, because I honestly believe that 1-6 was a warm-up. And especially when Donald Trump is acquitted, oh, just watch these fucking white racist motherfuckers. Yeah, watch them. All right, friends, that is it for me today on Woke Wednesday. Appreciate every single one of you. If you want more of moi, then tune in and subscribe to patreon.com/wokeaf, patreon.com/wokeaf. Just $5 a month for 5 fresh shows a week. That's a lot of me. And yes, Ladybug blew us. Earth is ghetto, and I would like to leave. 100%. I want to make that song my ringtone. All right, folks, power to the people, and to all the people power. Get woke and stay woke as fuck. Until next Wednesday. And share the videos with your people. More people that are woke, the less crazy I feel. All right, bye.